What a good boy, Bentley. All right, let's talk about this forecast. A great day, temperature-wise, to take Bentley out.
Yeah, this was a really warm day. This is one of the warmer days we've seen this week, and it's going to be even warmer tomorrow. The difference is we might have a few showers, though this looks a lot more ominous than it actually is. Pretty strong cold front to our west. Watch the energy go up here into the Ohio Valley. Now, there's a line of showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder along that cold front, but as it pushes into the Carolinas, kind of falls apart because the energy just isn't there. All the moisture kind of gets shoved off to the northeast, and the flow is more out of the west, so we don't have the ideal setup for rain, which is not necessarily a bad thing because we've had so much rain here since the start of the year. And then we get some slightly cooler weather going into the weekend, which will set the stage for a chillier pattern next week. So the rain heading our way tomorrow isn't probably going to be the story. I actually think the wind and the warm air is going to be, because these southerly winds ahead of that front could shoot our temperatures up close to 70. With enough sunshine, if we do get sun, we could see temperatures spike into the low 70s. But look at the winds. Sustained winds here, the gust potential to the bottom, gust to maybe 41 miles per hour. So the winds will be howling tomorrow. Hold on to that steering wheel with those high-profile vehicles. If it's trash day, make sure you bring the trash cans in. Make sure you secure all of those lawn furniture and outdoor items. Now, the rain, 5-day forecast, not much tomorrow. Look at that. 40%, dry for a couple days, and our pattern, which we've seen every 2 or 3 days, the system, the next one is Sunday. That looks to be a much heavier system. In fact, possibly some really cold rain with that. There's tomorrow's system, but here comes the rain Saturday night into Sunday. Look at all that rain. That's a pretty potent low pressure system right there, tapping into warm, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic. On the backside, colder air moves in. This eventually will change the snow in the North Carolina mountains. So next weekend, really this weekend, I should say, into next weekend, we're going to see the pattern get colder for more snow, just like we saw this past weekend. The pattern's kind of flipping. It's been cold and stormy out west, warm and stormy in the east. Well, I think we're going to start to see that dip in the jet stream over the eastern half of the country, and this will drive in cooler weather, but also keep the storm track over us. And that combination is always a pattern I watch if you're going to see wintry weather. Not seeing anything right now, so I know the snow lovers out there getting their hopes up, but at least the pattern is changing to one that is something more to keep an eye on. You see how warm it is tomorrow and really going into Friday, but then temperatures get back to average, if not slightly below average, as we get closer to next week and the following weekend. And when we start looking at these long-range forecasts, you see the cold air out west, this 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, it's starting to push east, and the warm air is going out of here. The gray is near average. So the fact that we're just getting back to near average is going to seem like a pretty significant cool down as we go towards the end of the month. I think if we were to go 8 to 14 days out, we would start to see some cooler than average weather moving into the region. Tomorrow will not be one of those cooler days. It will be a warm one. Look at these temperatures. Into the 50s with rain, again, really scattered tomorrow. A lot of 60s to near 70 degrees in parts of Catawba County, Metrolina, southern Piedmont, upper 60s, low 70s. Again, you see that sun come out tomorrow, you're going to see a lot of low and mid 70s. Can't believe we're still talking about 70s in January. But the Guy Roofing 7-day forecast does show the dramatic changes. Warm tomorrow and kind of warm Friday, cooler this weekend. And let's go 10 days into the future, and I'll show you. Temperatures get cooler and cooler and cooler. In fact, by the end of next week, we could see highs in the 40s.
The return of winter. All right, thank you, Brad.